Second to last town hall of the semester. It's it's crazy to say that actually. Like we're almost done with the academic year. Yeah, thank you all for coming. There's a lot of familiar faces here who have been here since the start. So yeah, thank you. This town hall will be a little shorter than others, just as we wanted to get brief as a cultural festival is happening at the moment. So we have it slotted for 1 p.m. to end, but if we need to go over, it's fine. Yeah, we basically already know each other by name, but just because of procedure, I think it's a good procedure to say our name and introduce ourselves. So my name is Alex Miranda. I'm the president of student government. Michael, if you wanted to go.
Michael, I'm Michael. My name is Michael. I'm the vice president of student government. Nice to meet you.
I'm Nick Thomas, I'm the communications director.
My name is Hector Cumming, I'm the treasurer.
Pearson Van Gort, managing editor of the Collegiate newspaper.
I'm Katya, I'm with Psi Beta. Ashley Fox, student life and student government.
Tara Husky, fitness club president. Michaela Rossman, president of Nice Rocks Geology Club.
And I'm Zoe, I'm the president of Standout.
Nice. Thank you for coming again. We're almost done with this, I promise. But no,
Make it sound like such a bad thing. We got all this good information.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm hoping you guys have found this at least somewhat beneficial or entertaining.
Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. I'm online. Glad to see your faces. I have a desktop, so I don't have a camera. I'm Kim Buddy, PTK president. Nice to see everyone today.
Yeah, thank you for coming, Kim.
You're welcome.
And we do have an icebreaker that we want to lead into. It is, how's the last month of the semester going? Any plans for the rest of the year? I can go first. This last month of the semester, it's pretty crazy. Today I have to submit my script to speak at the commencement graduation in the Van Andel in front of 1,000 people. So that's nerve-wracking, but I'm excited. So yeah, I have a couple concerts lined up for the rest of the year. Student gov still. Yeah, that's me. Michael, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm stepping down from student government at the end of the semester, as I've announced previously. This summer is gonna be primarily me working hard to try to save up money for a summer class next semester. And past that, I'm just gonna be doing my thing.
I would say that this is one of the most stressful times of the year, always, for me. Summers are particularly busy for me, and there's a lot of work involved in that, setting that up. And then also with all classes wrapping up. And then I've also got a lot of extracurriculars that are weighing down on me, so I can't wait to get this semester over with and take this pressure off.
The last month of the semester is going really well for me. Things are good, excited to be done, but enjoying my last few weeks here. That's good. I'm just working for the summer. That's good.
Yeah, similar for me. I'm kind of cramming in all the work I got for the end of semester. As for in the summer, I'm going to take some summer classes, work, and then prepare for Grand Valley, where I'll be headed next. So,
Congrats.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll be taking some summer classes and then I'll have to talk to my advisor, but I might be set to graduate next year, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, just working and trying to balance everything and, you know.
I think for me, some things are slowing down while other things are picking up, so it's kind of a transition and looking ahead the rest of the year, I feel like I have summer things booked, but I have not thought about fall, so just looking forward to like a Michigan summer and camping and good weather.
Yeah. I still haven't realized that exams are in 2 weeks, so it's like just
kind of starting to hit me now, so I need to really get on my A game, but yeah, everything's good. They asked me to give the speech at the academic honors reception, so I have to write a speech for that, so I'm a little nervous, but excited for that. And then this summer will be my last summer in Michigan before I move to Florida, so I want to try and explore everything up here in the UP and just do a round trip. I know. I'm excited.
My semester's been really good. It's been a breeze, honestly. Plans for the summer, I'll be taking an online summer class, and I think I'll still be working here as a student employee for another 2 months. And then I have a Europe trip lined up for July. It'll be short-term study abroad, but my first time to Europe, so I'll be very excited to do that.
Whereabouts in New York?
Iceland.
Ooh,
Very
that's
nice.
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, so that counts as GVSU credit, and then I'll hopefully be unemployed and just enjoy my summer for like the whole month of August, and then I'll go back to the grind at GV, so.
Yeah, everybody decided to make things happen at the last month, so I'm overswamped. And so, yeah.
I feel that. Kim, if you wanted to share.
Yeah, so I'll agree with all of you. It's a busy time right now. Classes ending, coming up, and a graduation for all you guys. Congrats, whoever's graduating out there. We have regional coming up and also induction ceremony coming up as well. So that's going to be busy this next month. And I'm taking summer classes. Well, one right now. I'm trying to get scheduled for some more, but I don't see them available. So probably going to have to take it to the fall. But I was hoping to take more classes this summer. So that's about, and working. I work full time, very full time, 50, 60 hours a week. It's crazy. So, but like all of you, it's just nuts, right?
Yeah. Good luck on that. That's like a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just like you said, it's busy time of year. It all seems like, you don't have too much to do. And then boom, April, May's crazy.
Yeah, but we're almost there. So
Yes. Thank goodness.
don't lose hope yet.
Thank you.
But yeah, thanks to everyone for sharing. I plan on graduating next year as well. I think I am taking one summer class, but congrats on everyone who is graduating. And yeah, we can just move onto our updates. Our first update is the cultural festival is today, and it's happening right now. I think it launched like 13 minutes ago. So yeah, please visit after the town hall. I know I plan on going maybe for like an hour or so. So yeah, it's one of the biggest events on campus. So yeah, come and support.
Where is it?
It's in the Ford Fieldhouse, so like right here. Yeah, there's food and booths. I think there's like 10 countries being represented. Yeah, it'll be a good time. And then our second update is student government. We've been interviewing the entire month of April. This is our last week of interviewing. Our last day would be, I think, Thursday. And then after that, we would be deliberating on the interviews we've done. And hopefully by the start of May, we'll have a full e-board, a new e-board. And once that is finalized and everything, we'll update everyone, probably on our social media about the new positions that were filled. So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. Our third update is the year-end review forum. It was open last week, and it's still open for any clubs who would like to remain active over the summer. Ashley, if you could remind when that closes, sorry.
Yeah, May 5th.
May 5th. Okay. Yeah, so it closes May 5th on the Sunday, so on May 6th on the Monday. you should be registered for the summer. And additionally, related to that, allocation request for the summer activities fund, in which we have $2,000 to spend for the summer activities. Those allocation requests have to be submitted by May 13th at noon if you plan on having an event during the summer. Yeah, we would like to see that money go, since we distributed that during the start of the semester, of the fall semester, so, yeah.
It's worth also pointing out that, those, forms need to be filled out by clubs who want to remain active over the summer. If student government doesn't receive activity forms by that date, then your club is gonna go into hibernation until you reactivate in the fall. So if you're gonna be operating over the summer, you have to get those forms submitted through.
Are we allowed to like meet on campus during the summer?
Sure. I mean, there's nothing stopping anybody from meeting during the campus on summer, even if you're not like an official club. Or you're, you know, it's a public campus.
If we want a room, do we have to submit a room request before the summer starts?
Before the summer starts? Like, you want a regular room to have your meetings in?
Yeah,
Then yes.
normal process would apply for that.
Okay.
If you wanted a room to do something, you could put in that request at any time, but to request a room for your weekly meetings, or you could do that.
If you guys are gonna be meeting weekly on campus throughout the summer, though, I would just recommend you fill out that activity form so that your club remains active over the summer. It'll cause you a lot less headache when the next semester starts.
And just spread the word that we have $2,000 for the summer, for any clubs who would like to do events. We distributed it, I mean, we made that budget line in the fall semester, so we'd really like for clubs to take advantage of it. So yeah, spread the word, May 13th at noon. Yeah, I can pass it on to Michael for the student game room update.
Yeah, so last week, Thursday, the student game room opened up. We were very pleased with the number of attendees. We ended up like completely emptying out all the merch we brought. We cleared out all the food, and we had a lot of fun with the ping pong table and the board games and all that. So that space is on floor G2 of RJF, this building. The room number is 005, but it's just that alcove, formerly a study room with some couches between the IT offices and the maintenance offices, right across from the veterans area. But the ping pong table, the paddles, all that stuff, that's gonna be available and free to use for students throughout the existence of GRCC. So please don't hesitate to come on by and chill if you have some spare time between classes. Moving on, I just wanted to mention again that the solar eclipse is today. Totality, I read in the news, is gonna be in between 3:01 and 3:21 PM. We're supposed to get 96% coverage here in GR, which isn't bad, all things considered. I would try your best to secure some solar glasses if you have not done so already. And then also, just as a fair warning and all that, please be safe on your commutes home. The ending of the eclipse won't be until well past 4 PM. And throughout the whole time, people are not paying attention on the roads. I read a statistic that there's a 31% increase in traffic accidents for areas affected by the eclipse. So just be careful. Don't rely on people paying attention, and just be vigilant. And with that being said, I will pass it on over to Hector.
Cool. Next town hall, we will be presenting the current rec center design plans. Just be presenting it to you guys, so you guys can have an idea of, you know, what it looks like. And then as well, there's an upcoming rec center open house Wednesday, April 17th from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Located in the Ford Field House, room 212. Definitely stop by there. It'd be pretty cool to look at the renderings and stuff like that. If you have questions, so you can ask questions there in the comments.
Are there any comments, questions, concerns about the updates? If not, Hector can continue.
For the treasurer's report, the campus activity budget is currently at $4,674.37. And then last week, student government approved a $900 allocation request to Democrats at GRCC. And then additionally, student government has declined the library and learning commons allocation request for $950 for the exam cram event. However, student government has decided to fund the event with their own funds. This is due to our policy, our somewhat old policy that we do not accept student-led organizations to request funding. So student government decided to deny the request and then fund the event for their own budget because we're in support of it. And then we have updated our policy, this is below, so.
It's worth mentioning that, traditionally, we have always funded the exam cram allocation request as it came through. But in light of, the, words in our constitution and in the student manual, kind of being addressed during our meeting, we decided that, the best course of action collectively would, to protect those funds for students and student awards, was to deny the allocation requests that the library submitted. That being said, we still think that the exam cram is a worthwhile and it's a very popular event on campus, so we wanted to fund it just through student government.
We also think that it presents a tremendous opportunity for student organization to partner with the library and learning commons so that the student board would be the one requesting the funds, and then it would be the exam cram by the student board and the library and learning commons. But the policy states that allocation requests have to be made by students.
Any questions about that before we move on, just because I know it's a little confusing? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I appreciate it.
Is there any, we can move on to the opportunity for public comment. Is there anything anyone would like to say? Any promo, any?
There's
what's
no
on-
other allocation requests?
We received 2 allocation requests from Standout and we sent emails relating to them earlier this morning. I would recommend you check those out.
It was sent to Sophie.
Yeah,
Okay,
but, this also goes to point out that we discussed about 2 town halls ago. The allocation requests under $1,000, we're gonna return back to being, reviewed by the board manually and then announced at the following town hall that they were approved or denied at. So that we're still displaying visibility that, of where the money's going, but as to not waste time with small allocation requests during the actual town halls. Considering that the people here don't vote on those. It was a conversation point that we opened up to everybody and that was the feedback we received, so that's what we are gonna be doing.
okay.
Yeah, but we did see your allocation requests, don't worry.
And the time sensitive nature of it.
Yeah. It's worth noting though, just for your records, and it's written right there in the allocation requests that all requests get reviewed sometime within 2 weeks of submission. So if you have a time sensitive event, you should get those requests in before 2 weeks before that event comes out. That being said, we know your event's coming up. We'd like to get that handled through this week if possible. Just have Sophie respond to those emails. Thank you. Sorry for, I guess if you were misinformed or if we didn't make that clear.
I just haven't,
Sorry. Any other public comments?
No. Not this
Cool.
time.
Nice. Well, if there's no other public comments, we can move on to the conversation portion, in which we'd like to provide an update and basically just continue the conversation we had last town hall. So we've decided on, for the block party, so groups feel represented and they have like a dedicated budget for the block party. We've decided that we would allocate $100 per club for the block party, which would go in effect this year. Well, we would start it this year. And then if we were to make this a continuous thing, a continuous initiative, we would present it at the first town hall in the fall semester as a new budget line. And we decided to round that up to 3,000 since there's around 27 clubs, 26 clubs that are on GRCC, but not all of them are registered. So we just wanted to round up to 3,000, which would be 30 clubs, essentially. So that every club has at least $100 to spend for the block party.
So for clarification, that's $100 per club that's allocated specifically to block party spending. And then if you need a little more, or if a club doesn't need the full $100, it'll go back into that $30,000 fund for clubs to utilize. Needless to say, if you're a club and you're interested in doing something special for the block party, get those plans set as quickly as possible so that we can assist you with that. Sorry.
Well, this was really just a quick final conversation piece to the conversation topic that we've had for previous town hall. So if there's any objections, any comments, if there's not, we can just move on to the next topic, in which, Michael, you've been leading the Sprint Game Room initiative. Sure. If you wanted to take that on.
Yeah, just collecting more data, because the game room is just a living, breathing kind of thing on campus that we want to keep supporting. We have the ping pong table, we have the board game set up. We're working on getting that TV in working order so that you can connect your game consoles to it. Past that, what additions would you like to see added to the game room in the future that we can work on? Probably next semester, but I'd like to get more ideas and just get those written down.
Do you want to recap the ones that we got last time, or do you not have those?
Yeah, so we have that in our last agenda, but from the top of my head, I remember students recommended a gaming console, like an established gaming console. Hope there has a pulled up right here. Air hockey, gaming console, pool, and then table and brackets. Card table, dartboard, and foosball. That's what we mentioned last time.
Do any of those sound particularly appealing to anyone in the room here, or do you have other suggestions you'd like to put forward? We're just collecting data at this point.
I think air hockey sounds like a lot of fun.
I love your hockey.
I was thinking pool.
You could do a karaoke machine, would be fun in there.
Karaoke.
Yeah.
And then you said pool as well?
Yeah, I've been wanting to play pool for a while now. That's like something, I feel like all ages could corral around that too. Like if staff wanted to.
I'm super in on a pool table. I think that if there's a chance that something gets swiped from the game room, that the highest odds of it being something would be a pool ball.
Yeah, like I prefer that over ping pong. I think most people would agree.
We can certainly look into that.
Personally.
Is there like gonna be like a way to check them out or something, maybe?
We probably explore that if we tried adding a pool table, I'd imagine. I don't see how we can. I've been monitoring the status of all the ping pong equipment that we left in the game room just to see if people have been taking it or the honor system's been working. And so far, the honor system's working. People are using it, and then not taking it home with them, which is good. I really like pool. I'm a big pool player. I play at the Westgate Bowling Alley a lot, and I just have this feeling that pool balls are gonna go missing, and it's like, I wanna make it work, but there's gotta be some extra line there.
Yeah.
And in terms of a karaoke machine, I think that's a really cool idea too. Nick actually mentioned this last Thursday, and I thought it was a super cool idea. If we could get like multiple TVs, or it was something that Nick said that sparked the idea, but like multiple TVs set up and maybe have like sports games playing, like March Madness, stuff like that. Just so like people can chill and like watch different sports ball games, you know how people like the sports and all that. So, you know, that'd be cool. I'm in on that. But I think the general idea is that there's so many different ways we can take the game on. I'm excited to see what we got. But we've taken note of the karaoke machine and the table. Any other suggestions?
Is there a deck of cards already there?
There was. We should keep that there. The board games were all taken back with me after the event ended, just because we're still trying to get that cabinet in place where we can leave the board games. But there was a deck of cards at the opening, and I'm a big card player.
Oh, me
so
too.
I'm with you.
So would you guys say first priority or next evolution would be pool table or
Period.
pool? Or, I mean, really, I
Pool
don't.
tables are expensive.
Yeah.
You go to like a flea market, maybe. Find one.
Maybe a donated one or something. Somebody wants to donate one.
On the karaoke machine, do you think people would get annoyed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good point. It is right next to the IT office. I mean, probably not any more annoyed than the consistent pattering of ping pong balls all day, every day, but that is a bit. I wonder if we can maybe save that for when we can get a more enclosed space in the future.
There are karaoke activities on campus. Yeah, it could theoretically though be like a regular thing where we have dedicated equipment for it and it happens at a certain time. Not just like anytime anybody wants to sing, you know, but a regular Thursday night karaoke night or whatever. I think that's a great idea.
On the topic of a gaming console, so if we were to get a gaming console, what games do you think should go along with that?
Well, it depends on the console.
Mhm.
If you get a PS4 or PS5 or an Xbox, there's only certain games can go on each one.
Yeah, because Mario Kart's a classic. You would need that. And I don't know all the consoles you could play that on other than I don't know, Wii for sure and
I think you can
Nintendo.
play on everyone.
Can you?
I think so. I think honestly, the big games you can probably play on both, but just throwing it out there, there's a difference.
Mhm.
Mario Kart is only for a Nintendo console, so like
Okay.
probably like it's like Wii U, and like Switch would probably be the best option because that's the newest one.
I think that if we were going to go down the route of buying a console for school use, and that's what we decided we wanted to do with the game room, a Nintendo console makes the most sense.
It's cheapest.
Just because they're more affordable, they're a bit more durable in terms of wear. In my experience, they've got that Nintendium for all the controllers. And
Is that a play on words or is that a word?
you've never seen the Nintendium ads for the GameCube where they talk about how they're virtually indestructible because they're made with Nintendium and it's a total marketing gimmick.
Never.
We definitely get different ads.
Okay, well. Anyway, a little knowledge there, you can check your local issue Nintendo Power Holders. But I think the games are gonna be a bit more like school suitable if they're
Mhm.
Mario parties and Mario Karts, whereas if you get a PlayStation, you know, it's like, and you got Call of Duty, all the shooty games, which are fun, but maybe not the best thing to be playing in a school.
Mhm.
Probably Smash Brothers.
Smash Bros is really cool. I'd be down. I'd be so.
Kirby,
Would,
Kirby games, you guys know about those? That was my childhood right there. That'd be awesome.
would you guys,
Yeah.
would you guys want a newer console like a Switch or a more retro console like a GameCube or an N64 or something like that?
I'll say the Switch personally.
Well, on the Switch, you can play older games on there, so.
That's a good point, yeah. Cool.
You know, you do need like a subscription though.
Well, so for the games, do you think we should keep them T for teen or like incorporate some M for mature? Yeah,
Would you be able to bring your own games or would you have like the console like locked up?
That's a good. point.
Mm,
I think ideally it would be secured in some way. I'm not sure if locked up would be, I just really don't know how that would work, but definitely secured.
I think one of the advantages of maybe getting like a Switch, for example, is if we were going to have the console like locked up. And like inaccessible because it's in like a little case,
mhm.
you could download all the games digitally. And then there's no need to swap out cartridges, there's no risk of people losing or misplacing cartridges, because they're all available just right there on the home screen for people to play. Yes,
Then who is in charge of the Switch? Because they need to make an account and purchase things on there. So if you wanted to request a game or something, who would we go to request those?
Mm,
can it be a student life project? Probably be either student government or student life in charge of the account. But again, this is all probably details that'll be fleshed out by next semester or over the summer by future student government.
I have two ideas about this. One is that we could get one of those like retro arcade style games that has multiple, you know, it has Donkey Kong and Mario Kart and other things, but it's a big cabinet thing that you can't just walk out with. And then alternately, I would never play video games, so I would prefer that we just get a pinball machine. But same idea, like an arcade kind of thing that's not easily walked away with. And in particular with the retro arcade things, they have like multiple games that you can choose from.
They do have those, they're called emulator machines, but you know, 1,000 classic games of all different types, like all in one console. And then
Right.
it's literally just like 4 people, one screen. Like, I think that's kind of cool, honestly. It might be a bit more efficient than a console that we have to figure out how to chain down.
When I was at Michigan Tech, they had a game room and they had like an old like Pac-Man big arcade machine. They had a ping pong table and some other old games. I think they had a dartboard too, but there wasn't any darts. But you could go up to like the residence office or whatever, and that's where you could rent everything out. I know we don't have that, but they had like that arcade machine and stuff like that, so.
Montcalm Community College has beanbag chairs and hammocks and stage and everything.
Just out of curiosity, how many people here have been to the game room as it currently sits? All right, that's a lot of people. Got some comments while we were there about the furniture layout and like the big couches. Who likes those and who thinks that maybe could look at maybe replacing those with beanbag chairs or something like that potentially?
And I think it could be rearranged, cause I know when we were playing ping pong, the ball often went behind the table and could hit people sitting there. So maybe just have like a beanbag chair or two behind, or if we move the ping pong table, so people wouldn't be getting hit by balls and stuff, but.
Having that big couch in there just seems difficult. Like I would vouch for a layout or furniture that we can easily rearrange to in any way so that everybody has room for any type of activity. Like the couch seemed, I don't know, took up a lot of space. And then there was a table behind the ping pong table in the corner.
Right.
And somebody had to move so that I could stand there and actually play. So that was janky. But yeah.
We could potentially. No, this is a silly idea. We could take the furniture from the student life room and just swap it.
You can't just do that.
Cool, all
It's
right.
an idea.
Bad idea.
Did you get like, outdoor furniture that's a little more durable
Oh,
and easier to move around maybe?
Bean bags would be tricky because you would need to get something that would be resistant to spills. Like, that would be tricky for sure.
something college proof.
College proof. Mm-hmm.
We can take a look at that. All right. Any other comments about the game room or inclusions before we move on to our final talking point? I like all the ideas here. We're gonna keep collecting information and make decisions based on what we keep hearing. All right. With that, Alex, did you want to do the last one?
Yeah, I can take that on. So yeah, the last point is just an open-ended question. It's what is missing here at KRCC, such as services, clubs, academia? Really anything. Or to make it more specific, we mentioned before that student government is a part of the Academic Governing Council. And we have a meeting tomorrow, and they invited us to do a presentation about what we'd like to advocate for students to be added or changed specifically to the policy decisions in the college. So thinking of that, is there anything we'd like to advocate for as a collective? We'll represent these ideas, but is there any collective thoughts? An example we have right now is we've had conversations about how professors aren't technically required to submit like grades to Blackboard or to the learning management system. And we plan on bringing that up as a recommendation. It's a contractual issue, but we'd still like to bring that up. Is there any more ideas?
I'd
No
like
pressure.
to see, I don't know if this is where this goes, but talking about classes during the summer, the upper level classes, there doesn't seem to be any of those. And maybe that's a contractual thing too, that the people teaching like the 200 level classes don't teach them during the summer or something, that they're only available in the fall.
You know what subjects that might be, or what subject you were looking for that wasn't available during the summer?
I think it's the macro and micro are in the two,
Okay.
as an example. Some of the business ones also are in there. But maybe that would help other people as well.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a bad judgment, I guess, on my part of thinking that, oh, I can just wait until, I can do these during the summer, because that's where my work slows down. So I could take more classes. I was hoping to take 4 classes this summer, but I'm only able to do 1 because that's the only one that's offered. So I'm sure there's probably more people in that boat that might not have thought about that. But again, it might be a contractual thing. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, no, we were recommended to still bring up any issue that we thought is relevant for students, whether they're able to fix it or not.
Okay,
It's-
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. any more? No pressure, just,
I've never been to a college other than this one, and I'm just surprised at how like kind of free form everything feels with clubs and orgs. I feel like you can make a club or an org about anything. Almost anything at least. And, that's kind of interesting.
are there any events you'd like to see for the next semester? I know some of you guys are graduating, but
So I feel pretty good about what we have. I feel like there's a lot personally.
yeah, I think it definitely has ramped up this past academic year.
Here's something I say, I would like for academic, I'd like for teachers and academic advisors to be given more robust safety training. On campus, I feel like,
Interesting.
it's still an ongoing issue where people don't have a ton of information about the safety resources that we have on campus. And I feel like, perhaps at least I don't know how it works currently, but I work at Meyer, and every 6 months we have to take safety and active shooter courses, and they're just like 30-minute videos that provide us with information about what we're supposed to do in the event of an emergency situation. I think especially if you're working in a college, you should have a similar requirement. The Mass area, there's a lot of, not a lot, but we are in downtown GR. There's an amount of crime going on around the school. Students should be able to come up to any teacher and if not know exactly what the protocol is for a certain situation, the teacher should be able to easily direct them to somebody who can give them that information. So that's what I would say.
Related to Michael's point, we do have the idea to present that the active shooter training video that is available on JCC, that it's included during the syllabus procedure. I know we have currently we have where professors go over the syllabus, but it's kind of like they're like, look at this on your own accord. It's not strictly enforced. So we want to present tomorrow that we'd like to have that required as a part of the syllabus. But yeah, I think also similar to what I just said, we wanted to highlight that the mental health services on campus, like in the career and counseling department, that should be highlighted more rather than here it is on the syllabus, check it out if you need help. So yeah, we want to make the syllabus more, I guess, more robust, and more beneficial for students rather than saying, here it is, check it out whenever you need help. Because I mean, honestly, a lot of students are just gonna take that and maybe forget about it, but if you make that a requirement in which a student sees it, I think that would be more impactful. So yeah, we'll be presenting that tomorrow. If there's any more ideas, we're open. Cool.
We have 10 more minutes. We can open it up to public comment. If anyone has anything, it looks like people are eager to get to the control festival.
Well, I did have a comment, like a question. Michaela, you went to the University of Michigan, the field trip, right?
Yeah, Friday.
How'd that go?
It was good. So we left at 8:30, got there at 11. It was a little bit of traffic. We had a reservation for 11. We got there on time. And then it's a reservation where we pay a fee, but we didn't get a tour or anything. We could just walk around. So, yeah, so we all just split up. Tara came as well. We all just split up and did our own thing, look at all the exhibits. And then we just planned to confer back by 1:30, I think, and then had that 30-minute block to either leave early or make sure everybody was there, and then 2 hours back, so, very cut and dry with scheduling, but, yeah, it was really nice. That's a very good museum. It was very nice. Kinda, I don't know, there was the primary exhibit that I was interested in with the skeletons and taxidermy, and things like that. And then there was a micro exhibit with some stuff that wasn't very impressive. What did you think of that one?
Nah. It was cool
Meh.
because it's like all in the natural science building with all the natural science classes, so they had a poster presentation
Oh, I didn't know.
with U of M students there, so I actually got to see some people I knew and we could see their research posters and actually talk to some of the U of M students, so that was really cool.
Yeah. I made a contact with somebody who was doing work, he like modeled the climate from like millions and millions of years ago in Florida. Just by taking isotopes from like shells, that they dug up there. And I was super pumped from that, so I got his contact information, but that was a poster talk that had been going on when we were there, so that was kind of a happenstance situation, but yeah, it was very enriching for me, for sure. Mhm.
Nice. Yes. How is, the continuation of your guys' clubs going for next semester? Since I know you guys are graduating.
I am passing the baton over to Lily Dennison. She will be here she'll be here for the winter. I still have to discuss with her whether we're gonna go dormant in the summer or not, because I think I'll be around for that May, June timeline, but I have to talk with her about that. But yeah, she's taking over as president, and then there's a girl named Taryn, who might be VP or something like that. So we're making connections, so I think my club will still be operational, at least trying to be, by the fall. So, yeah, I'm gonna try and help them as much as possible within the realm of, yeah, with what I can do, so.
That's nice to hear.
Mhm.
Sarah?
I mean, I've been running it by myself all year, so I just can't find people who are interested in really doing it, and I think part of it's because I'm probably not putting it out there enough, but also I'm a full-time student with a job and I tutor and I can't do all that and I would like it to be active next year. I have a lot of supplies and stuff and I have a lot of ideas and I think it has a lot of potential. I just want someone to be as interested in it as I am, because I just don't want to hand it off to somebody who wants to put stuff on their resume. Cause that's pretty much like who my vice president is. I needed someone so I could make the club, but they don't do anything. Just put it on the resume. So I just want someone who wants to actually do something with it. So I hope something can come of it next year. So. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, this is an idea, but I don't know how we feel about this. But like, we have a newsletter that goes out monthly. I know ours is slated to go out like this week, so like maybe. I'm not sure how this would be formed, but like, if clubs need help or need promo, we could make like a separate column, maybe we have an external opportunities section at the bottom. We could put like, fitness club is looking for an e-board, or, yeah, it's just because like your club has been beneficial to the community, so we'd like, at least I'd like to see that continue happening. But no, I get your point about you're working full-time and you're a busy student, so, I mean, if you need help, let us know.
I will. Yeah, the exercise science department's really nice. I should probably actually reach out to them and have them, because some of the professors have advertised for it, so they could probably help out. But that reminds me of something you guys can talk about tomorrow. So since I'm a student employee, I have a staff email. I think they get way too many emails. They do not need 2 daily emails from the communications department and from Dr. Bonto. I can't, it's just so much. I think it should be like the communications, like a once a week thing. or honestly, the external job posting, I think that should be once a week maximum. Because that's just way too many, like, no wonder why professors don't respond to my emails, because they have freaking so many every day from just that, but that's my opinion, but I think they get way too many, and it's just very regurgitated, and I don't think it needs to be daily, so.
No, I get that. I don't. I get like a notification every day from Bonzo.
I try to
Once in the
block
morning
it,
and
but I
once-
can't do it.
It's
I
is it
can't block.
it's a woman, isn't it?
Yeah, Dr. Bob.
Yeah, Kathy.
Going back to the club thing, what happens to clubs when they don't like renew for the next semester? And where does like, for example, like the fitness club, you have all the supplies. Like if you can't find anybody else to run your club next semester, where does everything go? Like, is there somewhere where you can store it? Or is there like something where you can like leave notes for the next iteration of the club? And they like pass it on that way when you're not there anymore?
There's a Google Drive
Okay.
for like all history for all clubs. That's where all the budget stuff goes for everything.
And as far as supplies and stuff like that, so to answer your first question. If you don't renew your club, it goes into hibernation or goes into inactive status, and it remains that way until it gets reactivated. That being said, like all of the supplies that previous clubs have ordered. A lot of that goes to like the archive room that's across from Student Life. So for example, we had the Raider Nation Gaming Club that was active a couple of semesters ago. They're not active now. And all their board games are just in the archive, and clubs can request to check out those materials at any point in time. So the materials stay on campus and they can continue to be used, which is the big thing.
I know like my club went active before I became president. And yeah, I know all of our stuff was in that room, and we ended up getting it out and like sorting through it.
I would add, the advisor of the club is also, they have a lot of authority for that, so we keep all of our supplies in her, not her office, but where she would normally have her class. There's like a lab prep room in the Calkin Science Center, so she keeps a cabinet for us to keep all of our supplies for like rock sales and things like that, so we could look into that as well.
Don't all clubs have a spot in that room? Or am I just mistaken?
Yeah, the annex should have storage space for every club that wants to use it. And then we have additional storage that's like not student accessible, but for dormant clubs, or like if a club has an excess of items, we'll probably break it up so that everybody has room.
Before we adjourn, I just want to ask real quick. Well, it's really for standout and Psi Beta. Do you guys plan on being active during the summer?
I know we are, I haven't filled out the form yet. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. But yeah, I know Standout plans to be active, especially because the Pride Month and the Pride Festival is during the summer.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of want to go as a group.
Do you plan on maybe doing like an event on JRCC with the summer activities fund during Pride Month? Or
We don't have anything planned really. I know we have e-board meetings on Tuesdays, so I could talk tomorrow.
yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool, just so some of the money is utilized.
I mean, especially for the month of June, that would be.
Yeah, it would just have to be, the application request would have to be submitted before the 13th of May, so. Just an idea. Yeah, it's nice to hear you'll be active during the summer. Acting,
Yeah, so basically this semester, all of our officers, we couldn't get a good meeting time. So we just haven't really been having meetings, mainly just talk through like chat messages. So based on that, I would say probably not gonna be active during the summer. But I also don't wanna speak for everyone, because I haven't like talked to them. So I definitely get them this information after the meeting and kind of like ask them, and then maybe for the next meeting you can have an answer. But more likely than not, probably not. Yeah.
And then Michaela, you said maybe, just based on the new president and VP.
Yeah, at our last, or actually not at our last meeting, but I went and I pitched the field trip that we had on Friday in one of the geology classes. And somebody brought up that they would like to see us active in the summer for like, you know, outdoorsy sort of activities. So I want to try and make that work. So most likely, yes, but yeah, I have to discuss with Lily before I say one thing or another.
Yeah, I mean, let her know, let Lily know if she needs our help. I mean,
Okay. I'll
I think-
I'll probably introduce, or wait, no, are you gonna still be president? Okay, I'll introduce, yeah, I'll introduce you guys before the end of the, semester, hopefully. I'll drag her here or something, next meeting.
And then Terry just said,
No.
ooh, well, I hope Standout and Nice Rocks, I hope you guys are active during the summer. I think Nice Rocks during the summer would be cool to see Nice Rocks outside. But yeah, thank you for coming on. This is our second to last town hall. It's okay if you guys can't come to the last one. We'd love to see you there, but it's exam week, so we understand. So if this is our last time seeing each other, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming. But yeah. Town hall is adjourned. Please check out the cultural festival. I think I'm gonna head there right now, but yeah.
And take some food or some merch on the way back. as well.
Like everything.
Did you speak to us, I know?
Why?
Just you, I thought you had,